for a
Yeah.
historical thing this week, I do want to bring up, the greatest heel turn of all time when Hulk Hogan comes out as the third man. Bobby Heenan tries to ruin it, but luckily it doesn't happen. And he comes out, he drops the leg on baby faces, and he turns on the fans. I know this is your favorite heel turn ever. I mean, let's talk about it. What did you think when you saw it happen? And is it fair to say this was quite a big risk for Hogan, right? Because even though he was stale, like, you don't know if people are going to buy it, you don't know if people are going to like it. He could have, and even Bischoff said in an interview yesterday or in this podcast that Hogan was quite trepidatious about it. He wasn't
Yeah.
completely gung ho right up until he did it, and then it ended up kind of giving him a renaissance and giving him another career.
Yeah, yeah, quite right. I mean, it was. I mean, who was the third? Who was going to be the third man? And there was a lot of speculation about who it would be. Who would be Scott Hall and Kevin Nash's partner in the big six-man main event of Bash at the Beach 1996, which took place on July 7th, 1996, 25 years ago today. And a lot of people were thinking it was going to be Lex Luger, that somebody somebody kind of obvious, like Luger, he'd been heel many times. A lot of people thought it would be him. I don't know if someone must have speculated that it might be Hogan, although I don't remember that being, I don't remember many people thinking that it would be Hogan. And obviously, Bischoff spoke to him about it. Hogan was given first refusal. And he was very worried. Bear in mind, Ken, he'd been a babyface for, I think it's 15 years in the USA. He'd had that little sort of dalliance with turning heel when he wore the black attire for the match with the Giant at Halloween Havoc
Yes.
1995. But it wasn't a proper heel turn. It was just, I'm not really sure what he was doing there. I think he recognized that the red and yellow was growing stale, that it was seen as very dated, and that he had to do something different. But at that point, he wasn't ready to do the full-on heel turn, and it wouldn't have made any sense anyway, because the Giant was obviously a heel, and that match was going to work far better with the Giant, the bigger man, as the villain, and Hogan as the hero. I mean, as far as Bash at the Beach 1996 went, I mean, I couldn't believe it when I heard about it. I was just like, wow, this is massive. Hogan's done this. And, this was before, I didn't have the internet at this point. I think I got the internet in 97. And even if I did, it would have been dial up. So there's no way you could have, watched clips from this promo. It just would have been impossible in 1996. So it was described to me over the phone by people. Oh, no one believe what he said. He's told the fans, you fans can stick it, brother. People were just like stunned that he'd gone through with this. And we've talked about this before, and I always said I thought Gene Okerlund was a huge part of the success of his post-heel turn promo. I mean, Gene was indignant. He was there. What are you doing? I've known you since the AWA days. How, what's going through your mind to associate yourself with this man Nash and this man Hall? And like Hogan's there, just like unrepentant, like growling. Everything he said, he said it with purpose and with meaning, and as if everything he said he believed. And I think a lot of it did feel like it came from the heart, especially the section where he's talking about, I did everything for the kids, I did everything for the charities, and the reception when I came out here, obviously fans had been booing him, and he says, you fans can stick it, brother. And it was just, and that was settled by Gene Okerlund. Look at all this crap in the ring, because people are bombarding the ring with like paper cups and bottles, plastic bottles, not glass bottles, happily. People are bombarding the ring with rubbish, with debris, all this crap in the ring, that represents your future. If you continue to associate yourself with these two men. And Hogan's like, as far as I'm concerned, all this crap in the ring represents the fans. And Hogan's just magnificent. He's just there. He's taking his time. He's pausing for a reaction after every statement that he makes. And another little thing that he does where Gene's holding the mic and he keeps lifting the mic up. And it's just a little sort of heelish touch that he does. And to me, it was you know, I hope that something in my lifetime tops that. But I mean, I don't know whether it will.
It's bizarre to think about. You can't even read. The speech that he said. You've kind of got to. You can't see photos of it. You've got to just wait and sort of imagine in your head for a couple of days how it played out. So it's a
Yeah,
different time.
I couldn't because I don't think I went online until mid '97. I did know people who were online, and I knew people who had been online since about '91. So on some message boards somewhere, there would have probably been a still of it, and maybe someone would
Mm-hmm.
have transcribed it. And maybe somebody would have faxed that to me. Remember fax machines, Kenny?
That's before my time, Finn. Unfortunately, faxes and pagers.
Yeah.
All the good stuff. But no, I
But I mean,
remember.
I mean, but that's the way it was then, and that's how you got your information. You received you got your VHS tape through via FedEx, a great expense, of course. And maybe someone sent me through a transcript on a fax machine. I can't remember, but that would have been the easiest way to get the actual transcript word for word of his promo for someone to actually write it out and fax it to you.
Well, because I didn't even know that he'd turned heel because I wasn't watching WCW. We didn't have Sky at the time, so it was only really when I started buying Power Slam in like the December or January, whenever that Sid cover came out, that I would have known that it had happened. So I would have read it that he was a bad guy, and I think it must have been a couple of years before I even got to see the actual promo. Oh, there it is.
There it
The
is.
cover. I now I paid a lot of money on eBay to get that, so that I've got that particular issue.
Issue 26, and here's the feature. It's heel Hogan, like a two-page story on the Hulkster.
Look at that.
So
does it say £1.99 in the front of that? £1.99 for those Power Slams.
£1.99. That's right.
Those were the days.